Friday night, I don't know what it's called, prelim. Let's just call it the finals. We got Parramatta at Combank, so a home game for them up against the Canberra Raiders. What do you reckon the crowd will be? 90%?
Yeah.
Eels?
It was interesting watching the Roosters in South Sydney, wasn't it? They literally split them in half. It was fantastic. Yeah, it'll be a lot of Eels, obviously.
I think the Eels can bounce back. Both teams play very similar, really attacking footy. It's going to be a great game. Dry weather, fast track, open footy. Mitchell Moses is going to play.
He was pretty quiet, wasn't he, Dylan?
Didn't run enough. I know the conditions are really poor.
The ball didn't really leave any of the front rows. Like, even the back rows never got the ball. Like, Liam Martin, I think it had maximum 2 runs before half-time.
It's just so slippery to move the ball. So I think a drier track, I reckon that'll suit the Eels. Moses definitely plays. I think they bounce back. I think they can still make this. I think they can still make the big one.
I'm going to go for Canberra, I think. I just like the way, well, they're unpredictable, they're unconventional, they're just... But somehow they're never out of the game these days. They just have a pretty good... pretty good resilience. It doesn't seem to bother them. I think that has a lot to do with Jack Wyden. He sort of... And Papali'i.
Papali'i, Tarpany, Junior Paulo, Regan Campbell-Gillard.
Yeah.
They're a bit bigger than those fingers.
They're as wide.
Yeah.
Similar dimensions.
What about that matchup?
That'd be
It's
good.
matchups all over the field.
Yeah.
Both back rowers play well. Hudson Young, Elliot Whitehead. And then you got Sean Lane on the left, Isaiah Papali'i. Jeez, it's going to be a good game.
Agree.
So you're going Raiders. And Saturday night at Allianz, is that what it's called now?
Yep.
At Moore Park. Amongst the 80, 90,000 people who are going to converge on that area. We got parking, haven't we?
We're going to build you a tunnel so you can just walk under the whole lot from Centennial Park.
Nice. And we got South
The
Sydney
8
up
just comes
against
out.
the Sharks. How many Sharks will actually
Heaps. There'll be heaps. It's
break out of the Shire?
It's sold out again, I reckon. It'll sell out.
So 50-50, you reckon?
Well, it won't be 50-50, but I think there'll be a big chunk of Sharky fans.
My missus has got that gym with Ben Lucas. He used to play for Cronulla. So all week, you know what he's been singing? Up, Cronulla. So she's back and she's singing it.
Alice would love it.
Now Alice is singing it.
Alice would love it.
So I'm trying to get the Newcastle chant. They're like, no.
No one heard it this year.
So I'm going to go the Sharks, just so I can hear that up Cronulla for another week at home.
I think...
The boys in the black, white and blue.
No Tom Burgess.
Yeah, it's a big out.
The one thing, Cronulla, they're a little bit smaller than most other teams, but geez, they're gutsy. Toby Rudolph. It's a shame they didn't win. That would have been one of the tries, best tries ever in a semi-final.
Geez, I thought their ruck defence was poor.
Yeah.
Dearden's try. He beat 3 and 4 guys. Which is very unlike the Sharks and very unlike Craig Fitzgibbon.
I'm going to tip South, I think. I just think the momentum they've got at the moment is just unbelievable.
I've been thinking about the game. The key for Cronulla is they cannot give away penalties.
Can't give penalties. Can't let them out of their end.
Because no team is better off set starts and set plays than South Sydney.
Yeah.
So if you keep them in a ding-dong arm wrestle that just goes back and forth, they can't get into that formation and that shape, especially on that left side. So the key, I think, for the Sharks is discipline. If they limit their penalties they give away, I think they win.
If you remember the Roosters, because Billy said, it's all depends how the Roosters used the 11 men. They dropped the ball, Klein penalised them straight away, and they got scored against, and they gave another penalty. So, I think what happens too when you're down is the ref all of a sudden gets quite severe. Yeah, absolutely. And then before you know it, South Sydney are dominant. They've got 11 players. Who'd I go? I'm going to go South.
Okay, we're opposite.
We're
I've
opposite.
got Para and I've got Sharkies.
South and Canberra.
Good luck.